for your Makwaba Battle Update TV no message and then the whole channel and so on. Why hit out on no subscribe or semi drop in the latest news content. Ubeche prayer now so on set Makabi. Na ya bora and semima for and sema epopopana dear. And say and nimeboha and what time because nowadays the stance of Chief Justice Madam Justice Tokonon Obie who say mami or a manipulated person. To say nipa be touching one manipulating man means when you see na eno na ensema etodwa echemuse eyakwa yesa mameno was a political agent ma NPP for yes na eye embarrassment e mani office ni Supreme Court no muche say eye a very embarrassment say and what dia here it will get to a time on one kasani ni dino at a stem no operation no ni dino na say because we all know say coming 7 December there 2 to 3 months nyankopon yadoma these people no Ghanaians will most of not almost be evacuated NPP aside yes because the economic hardship ni my concern there Ghana for no see when ya wo bre o ma ye wa enye easy na ye de ye wo na anya oda ene wa to de wa na ye monwura mjenti sem ni bia ba me so de aka bia no mabone pedam de ni nyina ba pedom.
We are not supposed to make this a national conversation because you see when you read the whole ruling and the 101 pages no minimum timende we reading in 101 pages. We took like 2 hours to analyze everything. You're reading 101 pages in area. This is a sham. It is a disgrace. A time. A failure. And you can see clearly that what they put out there, they are ashamed. They do not even have a definite answer, a definite ruling. The ruling is vague. Because you see, when you put a ruling out, and one of the judges on the bench, Eba Bontinbeka, said this ruling, the Chief Justice should understand this is an embarrassment to the office. A time. That's why I'm telling Ghanaians, nobody. This Chief Justice is an embarrassment to herself. She's an embarrassment to the court. She's a straightforward political agent. She does not have that independence to sit in the Supreme Court and make decisions by respecting the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana. No, she's not independent. The Chief Justice is basically a slave to the executive. And see, I don't want Ghanaians to spend too much time on the ruling. So right now, if an MP goes to Parliament, now Ura Parliament, now Sa article 97G any H no at the end of the day a dia emra ene wo parliament a ebetuma ka se obi vacating the seat emra ben because Supreme Court ka kire say emra bia ni wa ebetuma stop obi in parliament from vacating their seat. That is basically their judgment. How did we get here? Into sa article no that article na ewo ho no sa article na constitution try no any standing orders no when does it take effect? Supreme Court sa ruling ya bodia be sa article no standing orders this article no constitution no when does it take effect? When is it necessary to use it? When? Because you are telling us that now anybody can come to parliament and then act as if he's an MPP but he is working with NDC. Anybody can come to parliament and act as if he's NDC and work with MPP. Somebody can come to parliament as an independent, pretend to be independent and work with the NPP against the... So basically, there are no rules. Your ruling is vague. And you see, Chachichi Kataka Asembi, or say, don't think, say, some men with guns and some young men with bombs and the best constitutional, the people we have entrusted that constitution to, the Supreme Court, they are the ones who will destroy the constitution. And today is the beginning of the destruction of Ghana's constitution by Tokonu. Obian fetuo embese Ghana constitution in democracy. our Supreme Court will destroy our democracy, and they started it today. It is embarrassing. In fact, when you watch or listen a time, a ferry, you ask yourself, say, these people, what do they want? What's your end game? What do you want to achieve? Omo make is ruling, and they say about arrest tire. What cause chaos or the landmine that to call. One of the judges now make this very, very despicable ruling. No, we say the also retire. Problem now we create. No, who is going to solve it? Or this is where we are. The elderly we have given, or people we have given position to, they don't care about this nation. And anytime I catch a Ghana for say, the Chief Justice, the ruling from the Supreme Court, don't waste any energy on it. It is a sham. It is a disgrace. At time, it makes them look naked. It makes them look like when they are walking, they are not wearing panties. It makes them look like puppets. You see, right now I see the Supreme Court as old men and women walking naked. It's so embarrassing and disgusting that we sit, and today the Supreme Court of our land is now interested in destroying the democracy of this nation. I see them as naked women and men walking without anything. I am embarrassed in my heart for the Supreme Court. See.
Na nyamie tua ba wo miaka fawurade. Otubi mo akra bunsu konongo kuma se. Rade. Seri aboya mi ubobo. Okumangra the wife my phone program no me here bi. Ba mi abotro. Atre yen. Akra kuma se wom. Ni akohe. Akra bunsu konongo kuma se. Masa. Woman na ba wo mi akatre yen. Won si ya ba ensema no. Okay. Let's take a step as the Kofona ye. Why are they? But when you are I kept 3 weeks near to Aba. But catch that ye, dear Maye. When you are President Kofona, I challenge you to come out and tell us. Come and tell Ghanaians what you've done within 8 years. Mama can't tell dear Maye. During that time, on no kept quine. And about young achievement or Kagama card. Bamia. President Kofo ensure well accepted. When you are crying, you are diatum. When you are in Kenya, what you see schools, when you are away, you are diatum. And now become a team at Ghana card. Wow, Baunia. Once I catch us, so what do you know? These are some of the things I'm not going to afford you Baunia to move. It took a son like your Obama Baunia. And contemplating na brabani to say, will be a one kind of crusade. Sana Sabra no ba mi abokwan troma eni akra bunsu konongo kumase na the obobo anyina nya kwan so a. But that was then. And never when you amrai. And never when you make ya waya. Wasi wo sisifia ni bi. Anaba wo mi amaka dia waya, wasi wo sisifia ni bi. Afena ba wo mi amaka tire se, na yiri Samira wo sisifia. The come achievement tire Ghana for sisifia. Anabia ba wo mi atumi ye, wa ye kuntan yo, wo say, wa ye kun masa, when you serious wo. Government is a serious business. You said all these things in 2016. Now it is your turn to tell Ghanaians, dear Waye, what's you all, Sisifia? Why is this no? Yeah, that's it. It do so Ghana for better who say, Senipan was Sisifia, yes, who say, vote no, Yabema of what? You have a cooking statistics on performance of the economy. Family mi anko.
The real sector. Mr. Chairman, A key statistic that measures the performance of any economy is its gross domestic product. This is the total income of the country or its total production. If the country were a maize farm, the GDP will be the total bags of corn that we produce every year. If the economy is doing well, we will produce more bags of corn each year. If, however, you can only account for a few bags of corn after 8 years of farming, you cannot attempt to claim credit by saying that you used a lot of fertilizer. If in the presence of good rains you claim to have used a lot of fertilizer but still end up with a poor harvest, you are likely not a good farmer.
No, I don't know. But when we have the economy to a brofu, and we say economy to say brofu. At the end of the day, no, the Awubenya and on a tray. And to say economy what to the year, I was say a bro ububebre. We have more bags of maize. Na say edruso. Na say kasemi you chew a lot of fertilizer. But we yield ayaketwabia, it means you failed. And no be and ya can't Ghana for say. And ya san sadia. Na yenina shun chu abano infantia baumia because Oma Jebosia 641 billion. But still accommodating. Bawamia Oma ya planting for food and jobs. But still at the other wedding. And to based on Bawamian Kasa definition of economy. Bawamia fairly. Because you job Bawamia the other show near the Amakenwa. Bawamia bro, a block a cracker. But the baby so on the resource extra. And you be on the Wasiaka. Yet you were some boy with the rule. And so some boy with the rule. I was here just to catch up on Yasa. Enough. Let's say, I saw this 3 days ago. Me catch up with Namo say, it is an insult for Bawamia to tell us of a president. I told you. Me can't know you sami boa. It won't cast out here some Bawamia kaye. Now we show the resource. Now we show president of Pendream. What we say, Jimmy. Bawamia to one what we say and Kwasiafo. Now come back as a president. No. Not at all. Here, me the Musi. Famiko number 5. Me last one. Na me bo debi the can bomb me 4. The can bomb me 5. I bomb me 5. And son number 6. Bomb me 5 CCR.
The issue of the Power deal is one episode. The issue of the Power deal is one episode of issues bordering on corruption and the failure to ensure value for money for the people of Ghana. In this deal, Ghana is basically purchasing 10 power gas plants for $510 million, even though the same plants can be acquired from GE, from the market, for $220 million. The government has claimed that the manufacturers of the plant, GE, would have provided the plant at a more expensive price. How can the manufacturer provide at a more expensive price than the middleman? It's only NDC government that can try to convince you of such occurrence. Egypt is constructing
good Power plant. Almost say Owura John Mahama ton $520 million. Nana bu a den toto. Na kebenya bi $220 million e wo dwaso. Enso yankoto. This same deal. Nana do danko akufu ado ba power no. Ono ba womia na ye 5 years ne yafa. Yamra so ya ye befa no. Wono ba womia no a wo ye sa lectures we no. woni akufo adum ye no ne boatie jako ekosa kukuom ekoye kululu extending no by 15 years you amudi sikari bi koto so ankom ko wiedie ye kwati akufo ado a or say he was misled wahu ba omia subai sa the same plant no emubi ani yakotu tubi akokuma asam hwe medical catcher Ghana for say wahu ba omia so tuom wanom ye kase hu omani ye so tuom na ye ba omia was a dangerous man. My last video on this, any yanko.
Cote d'Ivoire, next door, which has come through a civil war after an electoral dispute, has, thanks to disciplined and prudent management, recovered dramatically. Its GDP growth was 8.4%, while inflation is 1.2% in 2015. Cote d'Ivoire is now the largest producer of cashew in the world, and its economy is being transformed dramatically. So the question that you have to ask is, how can global phenomena skip Cote d'Ivoire and all the surrounding countries and only attack Ghana? How does it happen?
What's the Cote d'Ivoire economy? You omu economy aye fine. But Ghana dear, Owura John Mahama say.
Yedamasi Embentsrrss so Daily Update TV so.